We are now live! Welcome to the channel once again. It has been 4 weeks since we last streamed, or 3 weeks since we last streamed. I don't remember, Jax. How long has it been?
At least 3. I would say at least.
Where's the Legion Spider unit? Oh, it's there.
But yeah, we're all well and healthy.
Well, we're as healthy as we'll ever be. Go there, go. Well, as you can see, today's lovely game in the background is a game called Terminator Dark Fate. Okay, they're down, good. You guys get...
slowly trying to work out why things aren't working on my end, but
Well...
you're getting to kill killer right now.
Hey, it's the only way to live. Gotta wipe out the machines. Yeah, we go to the spider drop. The route is clear. I know that unfortunately, well, not controversy, but the unfortunate thing with this game is that a lot of people are not enjoying, are not happy with the fact this game. I think that this game, they're not happy with the fact this game apparently is set in the Dark Fate universe.
But it wasn't one of the more particular runs in the films.
No.
This is an interesting option place to pick from.
I think it's because it's probably the license for this one was cheaper than the license for the main series. And if you're going to take a risk to make an RTS game, you know, in set in the Terminator universe, you're kind of probably going to take the cheaper IP first. Because yeah, the other one could probably get you more back, but if you've not got the money to buy the rights to do it, you know what I mean?
Also, there would have been a licensing tie-in, I guess, at some point at the time that was just taken forever to come out.
Great, we gotta defend the civilians. Oh, we're going in build.
So what is the actual word it comes to this one?
Well, this is just the premise is the war of the machines. Military tried a last push, it didn't work. I'm gonna put them in there because that's the only thing I can think they can protect. The snipers. Oh, there's a squad there defending him. And the snipers I'm gonna have to pull back. Mighty tank squad, I will fall back over here. Hey look, they're sending an entire some homunculi at me, as they're called. The basic, the equivalent of, let's be honest, the equivalent of the old T400s from like Terminator, from the Terminator game on a PlayStation 2. You guys get there. That's machine. That was weird. The sound firing the gun hadn't shot yet. To be fair, this game did come out today, so I fully expect there to be some weird bugs with it.
Oh, there's going to be hits all over this shop.
Let's move the Humvee over here, because otherwise it's going to fucking die. Probably anyone watching the stream is going to get dizzy because of the fact how fast I'm moving the camera. Oh god, they're bringing the robot dogs. The Humvee is quite useful. Yeah. I'm just transferring the Humvee back over to that side again. This game does actually have one thing I do like about this game a lot. Is that I stopped my brain. My brain shut down. But no, it's one thing I do like about this game quite a bit is that you actually have to. Ammo is a thing. Like example, this squad only has 4 shots left, 1 shot left basically, for their rocket launcher. So I'm going to fold them back to that because that can resupply them. The Humvee can't. The Humvee only has like 822 bullets left. It's going down fast. but like their example there, it also has fuel. So vehicles also have fuel, which is quite interesting to have to memorise.
Well, yeah. Well, these are the sort of things I like about sort of this realistic aspect to it. It's always fun, especially in these sort of
Right, that there.
time.
Oh yeah, especially when the fact that you're playing the Resistance, and as far as if you're playing like the the human Resistance essentially, then I think it's kind of fun that I like that they've done it this way of going. Yeah, you don't have the whole infinite ammo and stuff. You actually have to take positions, make sure you've got ammo to resupply your troops and everything. You're not just going, hey, I've got infinite ammo, I can deal with everything, no matter what they throw at me. I believe those guys are now restocked. The real question. Get them in there. Oh, suicide drones. I'm swapping the Humvee and the Striker around. I do like the way the vehicles actually move as well. The Striker just knocks the Hummer out of the way. Oh yeah, I also like that because my Hummer team's gonna have to repair the vehicle, so the engine's damaged. That's why it's moving so slow.
I am so massive. I'm just trying to get. I have a quest code. I'm just trying to get side quest and then file over and can't even find.
Oh.
It used to be there.
Ah, okay. You get in that. Okay. You go get in that transport as well. I'm gonna. Is the Humvee repaired? It is. Go with the Humvee there. Ooh. Oh crap! There's a spider. I didn't notice it. As shit. I need you to kill that spider, please.
In the world of pop culture, you've had a few interesting announcements in the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, one of the major ones being Deadpool vs Wolverine.
Yeah, oh yeah. X-Men 97's finally got a release date.
And X-Men 97.
My Humvee is going to have to fall back to there.
So yeah, one of the interesting things that I've been looking at the moment is the possibility of all these different Wolverines and different actors who've played them over the years, kind of like we got to see in Multiverse of Madness and Homecoming. Not Homecoming, Far From Home.
Oh yeah. Shit, that Humvee is badly damaged. And there's a lot of Legion.
So yeah, is there any sort of characters you're gonna see in that?
I just want to see. I just want them to do Rogue right. That's all that needs to happen.
Oh, you're in X-Men 97. Yeah.
No, I mean I want them to. In Deadpool and Wolverine, I want Rogue to be in it, and I want her to be done right finally. Because, God's sake, I hate those movies for how they did that character. Boom, baby! Rocket Squad is awesome. But they've got one shot left. Get that Humvee out of there, now. I've realised what I'm actually meant to do with the striker now. Everyone get out of the striker. There we go. Repair that Humvee. Protect the striker. Protect the Humvee. Oh yeah. Why can't my striker move? Because there's guys in front of it. Or because... Why can you not move, striker? Why will the striker not move? It's got fuel. Very weird. I think it's like glitched out by having, people getting in at the same time others were getting off. So I think it got stuck.
Well, we've been having fun personally in our D&D games.
Oh yeah, I know. It's been very fun.
I mean, there's not much that we can read, so just in case anyone is
Yeah, in case I was watching, that's in the campaign, unfortunately. Can't really do much.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have to move up, which means... Good news is my guys shoot when they move. So I kind of can just leave them to move where they're going. But I need those two to just keep moving out of the way and ignore the combat. The striker is just going because it's got the dock and the civilians in it. Whereas the wounded civilians are inside the other Humvee, which is going this way for some reason and going to go up the hill that way. And I see this game struggles with the same thing that I think every strategy game struggles with.
What's that?
Pathfinding. Like, they're finding a good path, it's just that, like, this went this way for some reason, up the hill and around, whereas those guys have just gone up the hill for some reason.
Oh yeah, if they're not going to follow the... Yeah, I understand what you mean. There's always been problems there, especially if you've got a squad. All of a sudden, someone starts with a squad.
Okay.
One of the worst ones for that. Oh. The early days of that game. Was that one you ever played on?
Oh, there's the rally point. That's fucking annoying. So I've just done all that, and then to get these guys up here to get them out of here, and then look, my rally point is down there to finish the mission. You know, back where the Terminators are. Like, oh yeah, great. Back into the fire, lads. You know, I just saved your lives and got you out of combat, but back into the fire, boys. The good news is, at the minute, we're only fighting a monkey live, which means we're not fighting really terrifying things, if you know what I mean. Oh god, that's a lot of them.
What are the accents they're using there?
I don't know.
They sound like your accents in China.
Where are we evacuating to then? Oh, you are kidding me. I had to come all the way back down here to, meet up with Laszlo's squad just to run back up the hill.
Yes.
The fuck, man? Jesus Christ. Oh no, they're coming from this side as well. Laszlo! Don't die, Laszlo! Oh look, he's now surrounded by revs, by homunculi and everything everywhere. Oh look, there's a spider.
Well, that's the last one I did, so I'm happy about it.
I'm like, oh yeah. But, like, X-Men 97 I'm excited for because I grew up watching that show. Like...
Well, yeah, I mean, we all did. I mean, it was one of the great shows that actually took its source material, changed it around and made it a new thing, just as good as
Oh yeah.
anything that had come before.
Oh, look, drones. Well, Laszlo's dead.
Well, he's slightly wrong.
Surely will, because I'm the gruff guy that doesn't care.
I'm sure he has kids. He has kids because he loves everyone. He does.
Yeah, I'm the gruff veteran that's like we don't sacrifice people's lives here. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to. It's war, and it's us or them. But like X-Men and Wolverine. Well, sorry, Wolverine and Wolverine and asshole, as you know, as Hugh Jackman lovingly called it on his Twitter, is looking to be quite good. We get to see a TVA. We get to see the TVA in an actual movie this time.
Yeah, one of the. I think this is the first time something from the Marvel series has become part of the movie universe.
Nope, Multiverse of Madness.
What was from TV that went over to?
Darkhold. The first time it appears in the was in WandaVision.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll show you. I'm comparing.
I'm still wondering what's going to go on with that whole White Vision in that.
That was the Vision, I guess. The interesting
Oh, I've seen this mission played because this was the mission that was that gets played in like all it was in the demo for the game when it had a demo for 2 days. Face that way, you idiots. There's nothing coming from behind you. Like, repair that. Oh yeah, this game does have permanent units in it as well. Because engineer, you guys go man that turret. You man that turret. Actually, you get in there. Snipers go man the turret for now because that's probably the best thing to do. Okay. We got Bob's Tank Crew. I feel like I'm gonna turn the music off because honestly.
Actually, it's fine. I like the music. I've got to say, I enjoy it.
Oh no, the music's good. I can't hear anything else but the music.
Okay.
Even with me, like, you know, turning the music, like, the volume down, the music was too loud. Oh, where's the... Okay.
So what do you think some of the storylines are going to be then for the
Well,
X-Men 97?
well, we know that the main bad guy of the first season is Mr. Sinister. We also know they've already announced season 2, and that's apparently coming out later this year as well. So apparently we're getting season 2 in the same year.
That would be interesting if that is something they can forget. It's a tricky one to attempt.
Oh, it is. But I think it's because season 1 was already filmed, was mostly fit. All the voice acting stuff was already filmed for it. Okay. Unpack that to create a fuel zone to refuel the tank. Go drive that, drag it over here, and we'll just be cheesy little bastards and, you know, drag them to the same location, because I think that's smart.
Not done.
Well, it's also because I know we're going to get that Humvee eventually, possibly, because it's abandoned. The water! Oh no! Oh no! Terminators! Get these guys out and put them back in the tank. I put a striker and a thingy here just because they'll guard the underground like efficiently. So let's be absolutely honest. They're already fighting infantry. They should be fine. This is going to be... I have a feeling they're going to start from there later in a bit, aren't they? Probably should set something up over there. Are you engineers? Mines. Set anti-personnel mines all the way down here. Cause... But yeah. Like... X-Men 97, I'm excited to see where the continuation is. We've got Madeline Pryor, which means we finally might get, you know, Cable's story. We might finally get, you know, to see the continuation of Cable's story. What do you think?
Well, I'm wondering if we're going to get, that's what we're going to get, a Luke fan with maybe the whole family as well. Because the Summers family has become more and more important in the X-Men series.
Well, he's always been the leader.
No, I mean the actual characters in the whole in the comic books, because during the Hickman run, Pope Summers is the one that brings. He's the one that can bring all the mutants back to life, the Resurrector. Um, and then there's that whole big storyline around the
Oh yeah.
Phoenix all being shared out amongst the Summers offspring. Um, and yeah, that would just particularly the Summers kids seem to be quite popular still in modern comic reading. So I
Oh
can
yeah.
imagine them all in some fashion.
It made. Excuse me. Sorry about that, everyone. I apparently have a cough today that I can't get rid of. Okay. Oh, there's a spider coming through the water? Oh, great, that's great. Fold the striker back a minute. Fold the Humvee back a minute. I'll have to bring the Bradley forward. But yeah, in regards to, like, Summer's family is important to the X-Men universe anyway. But it's also, to be honest, it's... The thing with it is... It's a show, for the 30-year show. It's also, I'm glad, by the way... Well, that it's been given like a 14 rating, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to be giving me more than that. So.
Nope, I don't know. I am a little bit. But yeah, in regards to it, it's... Oh no, there's a horde of them coming. My striker's still going to stand here and guard this position. I'm not letting them past. I'm sending that to go get its ammo back because it's run out of ammo. But yeah, in the thing I'm hoping for is we're going to get if we get some more of some other characters show up. Someone has pointed out, by the way, you know the little scene from the trailer for Deadpool vs Wolverine. By the way, this is how my brain works. By the way, people, it is just completely random what my brain goes on to next. But one of the scenes, there's the scene where basically it's clearly Logan's, back to Wade as he walks towards him in what looks like Madripoor. Follow that back. Hold position. Yeah. Get the ATG squad on this side. My Bradley just got fucked. Okay. Well, we just lost the Bradley. But yeah, it's next to Logan in that like scene. There's someone pointed out that one of the figures next to him is quite short, and the back of their head looks like a certain character that's only got an animated series about them so far.
Yeah.
And it may possibly be that we may finally get to see a live action Hitmonkey. I don't think it is Hitmonkey, but
I'm too busy listening to your
no, actually, I can feel myself about to cough again because unfortunately it won't go away. But in regards to it, regards to everything though, there's an Abrams tank there, but cool. We're fucked. We're going to lose this base. I know we're going to lose it, but yeah. But in regards to those, Hitmonkey possibly be live action. But we're getting Charles's sister, which is great, which as the bad guy is possibly and hopefully the main bad guy of the film, which would be kind of cool. We got Aaron. I forgot his surname. Aaron back as Pyro, which is really good to see. Which is really good. Excuse me. And it's like a really fun little idea. Oh god, fun thing to see.
Well, yeah. That
Yeah.
is going to be a whole interesting set of
Mm.
things there, because there is a massive group of people that they have the ability to like bring them back and knock them around. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting if we get sort of a.
Pardon, sorry.
I'd be interested if we get sort of almost a Scarlet Witch story with Jean Grey instead.
Mm.
Her coming back and being all, what's going on here?
Oh yeah. Well, the real question though, are you talking about X-Men '97, or
Yeah.
the real question is, will we have an episode where Jean will not faint?
I don't think that can ever happen. I
Uh,
think it is. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Never gonna have an episode where Jean does not faint. The fact that it's just the fact that there's always an episode where it's just like Jean always faints for some reason.
Well, it's because her power is mentally taxing. That's meant to be the idea. But yeah, it does just. It just makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, it's a. Where did I lost my tanks? Did I? My Humvee. Oh no, my Humvee's got ammo back. Humvee, go that way quickly. Go 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 go. But yeah, in regards to it, it's going to be an interesting. The Deadpool film's going to be interesting. The X-Men '97 cartoon return is going to be absolutely hopefully awesome. A lot of people are getting upset with certain aspects of it, like going, "Oh no, Rogue's lost her badonkadonk," and I'm just sat there going, "She only had it in that one scene. What the hell are you guys on about?" Like most of the scenes, discussed this ourselves the other day. It's like most scenes, she does not have that much big of an ass. It's kind of like you guys are blowing one scene out of proportion, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm with you all the way.
Oh, and then there's the people that are going, "Oh my god, the storyline's going to be so woke all of a sudden," and I'm just sat there going, "The word doesn't mean what you guys are using it for," and that has been X-Men in a nutshell since it was made, from the way you guys say it. Because X-Men's always been a somewhat commenting on social. Even the cartoon did, just in a way that kids didn't understand it that well. But if you were like a teenager or an adult watching that show, you got what they were hinting at in that show. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know, I agree with it, but I think well done. We discussed this. I think well done writing can hint at those things and be very poignant and powerful, and make what is what some say a kid's show into an adult experience. Is completely different to making the whole thing a signpost for the thing you want to flag, because that removes your agency from your writing, and it just removes good writing.
Oh yeah, but I don't think I think we'll be getting the same sort of stories in the vein that we got before. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Like,
I mean, look at that. I mean, the whole thing around Warren Levitt and the Third, or Angel. I mean, there's many ways to consider how he was during the whole apocalypse arc. But one of them is very clearly bodyism. He was willing to do any kind of extreme thing to make himself look the way he thought would be socially acceptable.
oh yeah.
To the point of becoming a complete authority. And we see that every single day with celebrities.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also like, what was it? There's the whole storyline of there's like the Friends of Humanity storyline, but he's just straight up. Was on the note. It was kind of a bit on very much. If you actually rewatch those episodes, like I've, straight up now, it's like you can tell it is straight up on the whole. Was very much on about the whole racism and hating people just because they're different to you. You could tell it was on the nose with the fact that like the episode where Morph messes with the whole team and Jubilee gets sent to one of their encampment, one of their clubhouses basically.
Yeah, it's a Friends of Humanity.
Yeah, and straight up, The exact when she asks, "Why do you hate us so much?" and his exact what crime did we ever commit, and he just goes, "The crime of being born." It's like, oh yeah, this is straight up just racism in a nutshell. There is no subtlety about why these guys are bad guys.
Oh, that's fair enough.
And it's like, it's the funny part of where you get all these people complaining about certain, like, I get the morph being non-binary thing a bit as a shock because originally, the original one he's always tried was he, but it looks like they're going with more who he's actually a counterpart of in the comic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which he's a counterpart of Chameleon of Changeling in the comic. That's who his sort of analogy is. And
He looks very similar. Yeah, he's got that.
well, it's
Blanket.
yeah.
That look.
I think it's because I don't think Morph doesn't really have much of an analog in the comic other than him, which is the thing about him. Where is my items?
It comes down to, I think, character block. I think they become more accepting it for themselves, how they look.
Yeah, but it's like
everything they have is never actually of them. It's an aesthetic that they thought would be pleasing. So there was a period where I think Zorn was still around.
I still love that people get upset because I still find it funny that people get. I understand why, because it is kind of a weird retcon. But I do find it a bit funny that people do get upset with the change to Nightcrawler's origin.
It's just all the characters have had weird different origins over the years.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, is it Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are no longer Magneto's children. They're now products of the High Evolutionary, which is a really weird change to me. But it's the changing of the times, really. To be honest, they've decided they want to make these characters have different origins to give them their own identity, other than they're just Magneto's children. You know what I mean?
That would be. I don't know. This is different writers, different ideas.
Oh yeah.
Interesting to see Luke and Neeson.
One of the writers that made the X-Men character made they did one of the X-Men runs.
Yep. Which one?
Chris something. He was his original envision for Bobby, Bobby Drake, Iron Man, was he was one of the writers back in I think the earlier years, where they wanted Bobby to be, they've always wanted Bobby Iceman to be gay apparently.
Do you mean Chris Claremont?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I can't remember his surname.
He's a very famous writer. Yeah.
I just don't remember. I don't remember a lot of the comics writers. That's the problem. I remember mostly it's the storylines I remember rather than the people that wrote them. If you know what I mean.
Fair enough. Just so we'll ease off some of the. If anyone does hear this and start screaming at you murder.
Oh yeah.
Chris Claremont was the.
Which we like most comic nerds do, because that's what we all are. We get very.
He is the fantastic writer that basically created the second class. So, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Storm, a whole bringing of those guys in that whole run, going on.
Yeah.
Defiance. I don't know if you've heard of that saga.
No, Jax. I've not heard of one of the best sagas in the entirety of the X-Men franchise.
There's a future past. Have you heard of that one?
Do you mean the one that even the cartoon didn't get right?
No, well, the thing is, you can't really copy that story exactly. You always have to do your own take on it. That's just no one ever really does it like it. The cartoon did it very, very well. If anyone did it perfectly, they would have went close enough. In my opinion. Yeah. other things are really exciting about?
Well, there's a new expansion for one of my favourite games coming out. One of my favourite 4X games coming out.
Oh, what's that?
Primal Fury for Age of Wonders 4.
Okay.
Oh, I should probably pull my tanks back, shouldn't I? Shit. Fall back, because otherwise you're going to die, and oh yeah, shit. But yeah, it's Primal Fury is basically adding 2 new forms, which is the Lupine form and the Goatkin form. So you're getting the ability to make, dog people and goat people, which they're not. Yeah, they're furries, but it's like you've already got humans, elves, all the others. But it's adding a new primal culture, which is all based around worshipping a certain animal. Animal totems and stuff, which is kind of cool. And it adds new gameplay stuff and adds loads of new mounts, such as the ability to have crocodiles as a mount, which is, in my opinion, the best feature. I mean, how can you argue with the crocodiles?
Who wouldn't want to be a werewolf?
Exactly.
At the strike of midnight on a full moon.
Get the Abrams there. Humvee. Oh yeah, but it's fun because it's one of those games where you can kind of subvert the usual fantasy tropes, if that makes sense. Because the idea being is that you pick a form, so example, dwarfs, or dwarfkin in the game's case as it calls it. So you pick dwarfs, for example. You then make your dwarfs. Your dwarf race can then be all mystical, the master of the mystic arts. So which is straight up in most fantasy universes. A lot of them nowadays seem to have dwarfs as unable to do magic at all. They have their own unique, take runic stuff instead, but they don't do magic. Which I honestly do find occasionally a bit weird in it, but it's okay, there's a hole in the wall. Yeah, but there's dwarves are can be mystical. You can be technological dwarves. You can be pirate dwarves. You can be all sorts of stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but you can do the same with elves. You can make elves that are all about industry and they build constructs, and you can be a necromancy and all sorts. You can just do all it has kind of its own thing to it, if that makes sense. You've got your own spin. A bit sadly, it does have a bit limited in the fact that you've got a form and then you've got the form, and then there's only there's only so many cultures and stuff that you can use. Oh yeah, but but in regards to it, it's just one of those really fun games where you can sort of subvert the whole the standard stuff you get. The standard stuff that you'd have in in most normal fantasy games, and it's because you're making your race and it's your race's your hero's story and everything. But they're adding new stuff, and every expansion pack has added new stuff and added new race, a new form, and a new culture and stuff, and new tomes of magic. Because the way it works, because you're essentially a wizard king. You pick, you research spells to, that's the tech tree, it's the spells. And as you go through the spell tree, you unlock, more and more, spells, new stuff, and some of the spells have, new units, some of them don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, just a fun little mechanic of... It's just, fun little stuff of, it's you get to make your story and your narrative.
That's kind of what these games are meant to be made for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I kind of find I personally don't enjoy Civ. I don't enjoy Civilizations, the Civilization series, or a lot of other like ones based on our world, I tend to get bored of because I find it's too restrictive. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Whereas ones that like you know, like the ones like Age Wonders. Yeah, space-based. They give you that freedom to go, I want to be this race, or I want to be like a cool race like this. And
Well, I'm a big Civilization fan. I always like fun.
don't get me wrong, they're not bad games. It's my personal preference. I prefer sci-fi and fantasy over it. It's one of those things, and we all have different tastes and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if people didn't, then literally games like Dragon Age and Mass Effect or Fallout and Skyrim wouldn't exist in the same fields as each other because they're exactly the same games as each other. Just one is sword and sorcery, but one's futuristic. Otherwise, same game, same mechanics.
But yeah, in regards to everything that we're doing, it's just all in like you say, it's 4X games are games where you can just sit back, relax, and play them.
Yeah, no, it's always a fun experience for us, sort of just get through your own thing. It's one of the reasons why I started getting into D&D originally years ago.
Oh yeah.
Was it was a different way of doing that exact thing. I mean, with you, I always somehow turn into a villain. Not always.
I know what you mean.
You don't.
No, but we're about to. Everything's going to hell. We're losing in a handbasket. It's just to hell, but it's like with like 4X games. I think the main thing is they have to be fun. They have to be sort of like well made, because if they're not, you just don't want to play them at all. And I think that's the main issue I've personally find with them, though. The main one I've always find with them is some fantasy ones don't go far enough into it. Like that, I don't mind preset races, but like sometimes some of them are a bit more restrictive, if that makes sense. Where those preset races don't have like unique technology, or like a lot of the units aren't very different from each other.
What do you mean?
Oh god, the tanks get killed. But yeah, they don't have like unique stuff. And the most unique thing is that, like for example, in some is the elves have got like more ranged units, etc. You know what I mean?
We're talking about, yeah, we're talking about what gives you interest and stuff and 30 character. Still going back to sort of more like the D&D stuff. And it kind of can sort of go with that. I mean, once I built literally a character out of just the single features it had. Didn't really bother doing any kind of interesting backstory for different characters for each body feature. My boring character, I couldn't wait for that thing to fight. I mean, I had fun with it, don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah.
I didn't really care about it. I just said, yeah,
Which-
that should be the ragdoll. Oh yeah, I'll step in front of that giant swinging ball of flame. I can stop that with my head. Look.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm dead. Oh shame.
I know what you mean when you have a character that you're not attached to at all.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not as fun.
I'm usually attached to my characters. They're spending a bit of time like creating their story. It's usually tragic. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, usually it's always tragic with you.
Always tragic. None of them have had good lives. If they had good lives, I wouldn't be going on random trips into the woods. Yeah. I did like the MP. I mean, there's a little bit chicanes ahead. But we had an NPC at the end of our last mission, and it was quite funny that your line of, well, I mean, not all the people would die. But just the entire group just took one step back. Right?
Oh yeah, just the. Oh yes. Well, no, I don't normally have friends for this long because usually they explode. What? Sorry. Could repeat that? Yeah, they explode. How? Why? What causes them to explode? You don't want to know.
Hasn't happened for a while.
Hasn't happened for a while. Just one of those funny little chicanery and shenanigans stuff.
It's going to be a fantastic little character.
Oh yeah, they're going to be as per usual, a fantastic NPC that will just show up and be and is going to be like enjoyed by the players as usual, and probably one of those NPCs that's just going to be a pain to deal with sometime.
Pain in the arse. Complete and utter. I am expecting. It went quiet there for a second.
I know, it did go quiet for a second. Where? Okay.
It was very interesting. Just a little bit.
Oh yeah. Fall back. We're not holding that point anymore. We're just holding the reactor. That's the only point we're holding now. But yeah, it's like this is where the fun begins.
Oh. Oh.
I had to make a Star Wars reference. I couldn't resist.
I know you already know your answers, but it's a segue I've got to. Have you seen Madam Web yet?
No.
Oh.
I have no cares for spoilers, and I apologise, but there will be a spoiler. There is a spoiler warning right now. In this video, there will be. But this will probably also be a longer episode than we normally do. Normally, we only run for an hour, try to run for an hour, but we might be a bit longer today, just because.
So this is a very interesting one that has absolutely no reason to exist whatsoever. It has one good joke, but past that, I'm not sure. Like, it's interesting. For a start, it is the only film I have seen since it is which the dub is so out of step. It's almost comical. For a film with almost solely English-speaking actors, almost all of it is dubbed badly. Like, in some cases, like half a second difference between the person talking and the audio coming.
Oh yeah, I can get what you mean.
It was like watching old Bruce Lee. Like, I'm in a really old one as well, one that we picked up by a really cheap company that was imported. They, for a film that doesn't have Spider-Man in it, they've managed to get a guy in a very Spider-Man looking costume the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yet the three Spider women that are in it only get a costume in flash forward at the very end for about 2 seconds. It's like they were making one film, made it, and were told, look, here's the thing. You're not allowed to use any of this. We might have a better idea for it later on. So let's keep some of this stuff and rework this stuff over here.
Oh yeah.
We've got 10 minutes to finish. We've got to film a whole film again. I can't. And the thing is, I can see that the weird link to this and Craven is going to be the particular area of the jungle that both people are going to be. So this is going to be this magical part of the jungle where everyone gets these special powers. And I mean, what we're going to see in this weird crossover doesn't have Spider-Man. I mean, are we seriously going to see a Madden Web versus Crazy? Are they finally going to say fuck it and just bring Venom in and be their Spider-Man? I am so confused by whatever this is. Um, yeah, and as for the spoiler part, the only real bit that I liked is this weird joke where at the end, Uncle Ben has helped
Oh yeah.
his sister-in-law give birth to her child, and the line is, "Oh, Uncle Ben is so happy that he's an uncle because it's all of the fun, none of the responsibilities, and nothing but smiles. That's what he gets." She's literally laughing at the tragedy of a kid's loss of both his parents. She's a bit of a bitch.
It's just ridiculous. That's just silly. It's just not. It's just. It doesn't sound like a good movie.
He doesn't know his siblings are about to get mad.
It's just like it's just to me. It's why Ezekiel of all the fucking characters to use. Why Ezekiel?
Well, yeah, would have been a great idea if the idea is you're seeing this character over years and years going from this early day with young Madam Web, going all the way up to being a proper Madam Web, training these young Spider-Women, then a few years in the future where these young Spider-Women now have to protect a young Peter Parker. And then the next thing would be Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man. You could have used Andrew Garfield as that's the Spider-Man that's being protected the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you would have had this great story. It would have been this great little story finisher.
Oh yeah. It's like it's the fact that all three Spider characters that that are actually the main folks of the movie apparently for most of the film are running away from this from this villain.
Not only are they running away, but there's a massive chunk of the film where they just to keep them safe.
Mm-hmm.
Madam Web leaves them in the woods for hours while she goes home to read a book. And then when she finally comes back, she has a go at them for being so responsible for sitting inside a camp drinking. Because they should have just stayed in the woods. And then, yeah, but the thing is, it's literally about 15 minutes where all of a sudden she's really maternal. And she's like, I have to protect my girls. But 5 minutes ago, they were kids because we get on the nurse and left in the woods.
But yeah, it just legitimately, it's just like why even make this movie? Just why? If you're not even going to put the one character that Ezekiel is mostly interacts with as well, the character he's responsible for, in the comics for Peter finding, you know what I mean? No, we're gonna
loads of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we need to now. I need to manage my army now because shit. I have this is all I have left, by the way.
So nothing.
Resupply. I'm just resupplying this entire army. I can't even resupply those guys. I've got no supplies left. But yeah, it's just one of those movies that ungodly. It doesn't make me angry because some people go, oh, okay, some people use strictly excuses. You're mad because it's a female-led superhero movie. I'm not. I love the Marvels. The Marvels is I legitimately love that movie. It's so awesome. I know people dislike the Marvels, but I love it because it's just a feel-good movie to me. It's not a serious movie other than the villain, who is is absolutely justified in hating it. But I fully agree with the whole The Marvels should have been the third Captain Marvel movie. The second movie we should have gotten that second movie with that we had got in the flashbacks, we said the other day, because honestly it would have been brilliant. It would also have made you invested in why Carol's the way she is after Avengers and at the end, because she basically is living with I fucked up.
It would have been a great redemption arc. She would have seen and made a mistake that she thought was the right idea at the end of the second film, and in the third film, she's dealing with the consequences of that, of her actions from the second.
Oh yeah.
It's a great redemption arc, and it also gives the character something that it literally hasn't had in her entire run, which is some pathos. All the way along, she has been, I'm completely strong and I am correct.
Yeah.
And, and it just, no one wanted that, especially because the character in the comic books is so powerful because of the mistakes that she's made.
Yeah.
In the past. And lots of mistakes she had. Other mistakes that her friends have made that have allowed her to get in bad positions.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a shame they do it the way they did. I was weirdly enough. I was talking about this to someone else the other day, and the only way I could really compare how they treated that character
Yeah.
was how Warner Brothers treated the whole of DC compared to Marvel. Instead of giving them a long run up, interesting bits, getting to that point, like they did with the whole Marvel universe, they went, right, here's all your stuff in one go. And it didn't quite work. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
I really would have loved to have seen this. I would love to have seen her fighting the high intelligence, the super intelligence, and what that would have actually entailed. That would have been a dark story, and then coming into it with a bit of conflict. Um, yeah, I had nothing but personally, I find it weird this first season and everything because you've got some great ones there. They're just never used, and that's the problem. I don't think the customer base is used to seeing female heroes being used well, or the good ones being used at all. Um, because as soon as you start mentioning some of the heroes in the cinema that we have got, we go, oh shit, yeah. I mean, you just got the first one off the bat is Ellen Ripley.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's like,
know,
it's definitely not anything to do with the main character of the film. It's to do with in most of that with Man of Web, for example. It's literally to do with the fact the film isn't well written. Like, and also, have you heard the whole thing of they apparently one thing that's been going on about it is that apparently the cast thought they were going to be joining the MCU.
the cast of what?
Of Madam Web thought they were going to be joining the MCU. So how's that for a bait and switch Sony's essentially pulled?
Well, here's the thing. This is another thing that has been going around for a while, and it was originally something that was
Yeah.
considered to be a thing that Fox was doing, but they're impossible. So one of the things that happens with stocks and shares of companies is that it comes down to lots of times it's the civilians buying up things left, right, and centre to as much knowledge as they can. They like last time much they just they read it. Well, when something like a Morbius or a Madam Web or any of these Sony films, like Craven, which is the next one, fails, no one automatically goes, that's a Sony film that's failed. Because what they see is a logo from 20 years ago that says Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
It's Marvel characters, so it must be Disney.
But it's not. It's not Disney.
No, yeah,
and that's the sad thing.
So weirdly enough, after Mobius completely failed twice, it wasn't Sony movies stock shares that won. It was was Disney. So these companies don't really care so much if these films are major failures at this moment in time because they're not the ones truly taking the hit on the back end in
No.
terms of the company films.
No, Marvel is,
Um,
because Marvel's the one that gets shafted by them because people associate anything that's
absolutely.
Marvel with Disney, and it's like it's not. It's like the amount of things that are going. The articles I've seen, they're going, is the MCU failing? And then they use pictures of like Morbius and like the Madam Web movie and the Sony ones that are that are doing really bad, and it's like no, because these are not Marvel movies.
Yeah,
They are Marvel movies, but they are not MCU movies.
no. And it's quite interesting. When I was watching someone a while ago talking about because they were saying, well, look how bad the first Hulk movie was, and the guy was trying to explain to him the difference between one that was before the MCU existed anyway, but that was a Universal film, and the licensing things. But now the problem is still coming up with Sony stuff, and I don't want to be the guy that keeps pushing the glasses up, going, actually, I think you're fine. And that's kind of a problem. So one actually saying, no, there is a difference. People just don't want to be in the person of being pernickety about it.
Oh
And
yeah,
just really don't go straight onto Disney. And as much as I love blaming Disney for what stuff,
Disney are not blameless in any sense for most things, but I think the only
oh
reason that
no,
I think the MCU is having is struggling at the minute is that unfortunately, Endgame, and this is something that I'm probably not popular, not probably what people with, but I think honestly, Endgame was like set the bar too high for people. That's what I think happened. It set the bar so high. Everyone expects loads of people now expect the next MCU movie to be as amazing as Endgame, and because they're not, everyone's like, "Oh, Marvel's dead. Marvel's like, dying," and it's like it's not. It's just the MCU is not good. Endgame was not exactly a fluke, but even the guys that made it even went, nothing will be as good as this again because
you're 100% spot
like that was even their saying on it. No, it won't. Nothing's going to be as good as this film again because this film is like kind of a fluke.
people forget as well. Those last two films was over a decade of storytelling in the making.
Yeah,
That was your end episode. That was your George R. Martin bringing out his final um, final Game of Thrones book. Um, so everyone went for it. Once the next phase started, that was George R. Martin bringing out Howls from Game of Thrones. It's going to take a while for people to get back up to those levels. And if you actually check box office numbers of a lot of the films that have come out, they're very comparable, if not better, than non-Avenger movies. Single hero movies, they're mixing up quite well.
yeah. It's just
Um,
that the MCU is not. The only reason people say it's failing is it's because it's not Endgame numbers, but every other film isn't going to be Endgame numbers. Unfortunately, Endgame is essentially the fluke in it because it's an Avengers film and it's a film that's culminating all the stories together. And a lot of people are forgetting that the phase we are in now in the MCU is essentially phase one again, where we're building back up to the next major story point.
well, I mean that was the problem. Now we've gone past one full phase. We didn't get an Avengers film, which is what we should have done.
Oh yeah,
Everyone expected us to get one. We didn't get one. Um, and we've had no, and the other problem is you've had no build up of a coherent story so far.
oh yeah,
Now we didn't get that anyway in the first phase, in the first phase, because we got a bunch of standalone films with a small crossover conversation. Um, in this one, we've got loads of people doing their own things that seem to be connected in multiverse and time.
yeah,
It's going to be, and we know how that's going to go out with it.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to go with Incursions, and it's going to go with if they follow the comics, it's going to go with hopefully what I kind of a soft. It'll be a soft reboot of the MCU because it will be. But the thing I honestly say I think we discussed this before, is people demanding like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Like, the actors that are no longer part of it back, and I'm like, they played this character for 10 years.
Yeah.
They need to, they want to move on with their life. Stop trying to get them to come back and play. Come back because you can't accept that we're getting new characters because the timeline's moving forward.
Yeah.
It's
We have to split them. They're gone. We have to consider them gone. If we get them back, we're very good.
yeah.
But the problem is we haven't had a chance to see who our new Avengers are actually going to be.
No.
Really.
We know
that's something like Secret Invasion would have been awesome to actually have in each episode Nick Fury going to a different person, getting something from them that they need from that they have a connection to from previous Avenger.
Oh yeah.
And then we start with, so that's the person that is going to be the next of that. That's the person who's going to be the next of that. That's interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of started to get that at the end of Marvels, if you've noticed that the Young Avengers being formed basically with Camilla gathering Kate, and it's like starting to got a list. But it's only like just beginning to be be put in place, which is a bit of a thing.
And the thing is, we knew that she was going to be a Young Avenger anyway because she was the only one that's really, other than Camilla Khan, literally the two that had their own series.
Oh yeah.
So we knew those two were in place. So you've got no real surprise there. I mean, it's not.
Oh, no.
I know they mentioned Cassie as well.
Yeah, Cassie.
It would have been interesting to see,
And possibly and possibly the new T'Challa eventually.
Oh, I mean, he's not 6 years old.
I know, but not yet. But eventually.
We know we're getting Riri Williams. We know we're getting Cassie Lang. We're getting never remember what he knows. The Hawk again.
Kate Bishop. I love Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is the actress that plays is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, so we got our four there.
But why? Yeah.
My only worry is that we don't have a powerhouse character there.
Well, yet.
And are we going to be getting Love, or would we be getting Scar?
That is a question. I know the Thunderbolts movie's having a couple of issues with it. I know that's it's not entirely.
That has been moved now. For what I know, I can't look what's taking place for something that's taking place.
The Fantastic Four films has me intrigued in the fact that it's apparently set in the past.
Yes.
Which is quite of an interesting thing.
Well, yeah, so I mean, I don't know how I used to be a Fantastic Four fan. That's what actually got me into American comics many years ago.
Well, I know that like comics wise and like universe wise, in the Marvel like actual main universe, the point that starts the Age of Marvel's appearing is always and has been the arrival, the birth of the Fantastic Four. That is like the fixed point that's supposed to spawn the other heroes from across the Age of Marvels itself, where it's not just like the fluke, if you know what I mean, like Captain America and like the occasional fluke heroes, if you know what I mean. They're the ones that basically that's at the beginning of the widespread. Here's basically, to put it in DC terms, meta-humans, and you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah, I mean they're the first family for a reason. They are the first collective group of heroes there. Or one of the first collective of Marvel. That they've attained the linchpin of a lot of what we consider in modern Marvel as standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, with him, so many things. With costumes, mostly. Either Hank Pym or Reed Richards.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, there's a good reason why they should be set in the 60s. And it really comes down to one of Reed's discoveries, which is end space, negative space. Which is going to, if they do add that in, that's going to be a fantastic way of
bringing them forth into the future, because otherwise it's going to be very, very weird to have this because the issue, it's the same issue. That unfortunately, I will say this happened with Captain Marvel. We had this other superhero that existed before, all the heroes started showing up. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's the kind of issue of it. It's like, where did they go? It's like, and same with that, the fact that we got Scott Lang as the second Ant-Man. We got the second Ant-Man.
They were explorers. What are they called? I can't remember what Jack Kirby created exactly the same thing in DC. They want us to be I can't remember what they're called now. They walk they red, very red. But they're the same premise. They were adventurers. So you can even see them once they've got these powers for whatever reason, and then they're still messing around. This whole universe opens up, so they go and explore it. But when they come back, there's been some sort of weird time dilation. But then that adds a great thing to the whole universe.
Oh yeah.
If they were around in the 60s, and if they got their powers in the 60s, that means Reed would have been working with Victor Von Doom in the 50s, which means Doom has been around in the Marvel Universe at least 1950.
Well, I think we do get a somewhat mention of Latvia in one part of the flipping film, in one of the films or shows, when they're on about countries.
Latvia has been shown because it actually borders Sokovia, and weirdly enough, it was then mentioned. Not as its own country, but when Zemo was talking about what happened to his country, part of his country in particular, it was broken up by the neighbouring empires, or the neighbouring countries, one of which was definitely European.
If I remember correct, I'm just trying to remember because it gave you locations in the Captain America and Falcon Winter Soldier, and I have a weirdest feeling that Latveria was one of the freaking locations in that, where the housing was from the Flag Smashers.
Yep.
I am.
But here's another thing weirdly enough that connects to what we were talking about too, and this is why I think there was a very interesting set of things going on in that one picture. So in the corner there was their lovely little robot Herbie.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there being cute and useless as usual. But there is a storyline in which Herbie himself is a host for the Nova Corps. What's the name of their ground intelligence system?
Stream Intelligence? No, wait. Not Stream Intelligence. That's the other one.
Yeah.
I forget this, and I've just played the World Mind.
The Sandorian World Mind, that's it. Right, yeah. Well, it's actually an offshoot of the Sandorian World Mind. It has almost a complete copy of it in there. Well, what was destroyed by Thanos?
Zandaria.
Oh yeah. So an interesting thing might be that all of a sudden these guys come back, but then aliens come knocking on their. Well, an interesting one would be Nova comes knocking on the door, fighting for the world mind to be restored. Because all these things would be great then connections to one thing in particular, the actual. So, this is another weird thing from comics. The reason that the world mind was important was because it had a big shield. The reason the big shield was important is it was one of the few things that could stop Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
So why would Nova need the worldwide to come back and restore the shield? Because Galactus is on the way. And the Fantastic Four would go, huh? What's the Galactus?
Mm-hmm. The most
In my head, that exactly is the most logical reason of how things.
And we might finally get Galactus with being done properly. Because God's sake, I hate the fact that he was a cloud in that stupid movie. I hate how they screw with Galactus. It's just, if you're gonna do Galactus properly. He's like one of the most badass villains besides for the Fantastic Four, besides Doom. Like, him and Doom are like the two best villains that the Fantastic Four ever face. Because they're both.
Weirdly enough, they're two of the best villains in Marvel.
Yeah.
They do have an unfair share of some great characters.
I think the only character that, in terms of firepower, rivals Doom, but not in terms of being an absolutely smarmy git. If you know who I'm on about.
Who's that guy?
Apocalypse is the only person that could at all, I think, can rival. Even Kang does not rival Doom, and that's hilarious because Kang is not. Doom is on a whole nother level, and it's ridiculous.
Well, it really depends at what kind of point you get them in their power set.
Oh yeah, I do love the fact that Kang, one point, in one of the comics, tries to betray Doom, and then Doom just bitch slaps him around for it. It's like, okay, don't fuck with Kang, don't fuck with Doom.
Oh yeah, when I read this before, I think
I love it.
The Celestials were having a conversation with Galactus there. And there's all these great like universal killers, and Doom just rocks up, and you hear peasant. Just look at it. He's if he wants to speak, let's just listen.
Listen to Doom, the man who travelled back in time to learn mystical ways, and instead of time travelling back to the future, lived it, because that's how much of a badass he is. He was like, I don't know, why would I go back the quick way? I'm going to learn everything over the next. The only person that at all slightly rivals him in magic is Strange, and that's only because Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme.
And the guy's second in line for it is Doom.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. The guy that will full well just go, you can't hit me, why? Diplomatic immunity. Just fuck off, Doom!
It's a magical power structure, at least at one point. The person second in line for Sorcerer Supreme is Doom. And that would be a fun turn. But yeah, no, there's loads of different storylines with him. You can definitely go down no beat. All incredibly interesting.
Oh yeah.
There is one storyline that I'm reading now, and it's not even a storyline. It's just like this weird twist. So, and I can't remember. So I'm going to try and work out if it does become anything, but it's just a throwaway. But it's during the Jonathan Hickman of the X-Men.
Yeah.
But so there's at one point in time, any mutant is now available to be cloned fully and rebirthed because of a set of power sets that are in place. But all the genetics and stuff is now being stored in a big library that is being controlled and looked after by Mr. Sinister. And he's now actually being banned from making multiple clones and copies of himself because of the issue. If every one of these keeps dying or whatever, and everyone's going to live forever, he's going to have multiple versions of these constantly coming back. So he's only allowed his soul version.
Yes.
So he's not allowed to mess around. So,
he's got to be good for once. Be good, Sinister.
Yeah, kind of. He's being false. But then one day he's walking through the lab of genetic samples that he's got, and he's walking past and he's like, I've used that, I've got that, I still have a bit of that, I didn't like that. And he comes up to one and he strokes it and he's like, well now, this one I could have so much fun with. And it cuts down to the name of the genetic copy that he's got, and it's Franklin Richards.
Oh, great.
Mr. Sinister with Franklin Richards' powers would be a very interesting fight against any version of Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah. Franklin Richards is terrifying. Franklin Richards is terrifying.
Yes.
Because he kind of does not have a limit. It's really weird.
Oh no, he is hands down the most powerful. When he's got his powers in full activation, he is the most powerful in Marvel. He bends reality
Hmm.
on in infinite scale. Um, yeah, he's hilarious.
I'm kind of just blowing buildings up apparently instead of hitting the target. I brought an AA tank in. I don't know why.
I mean, there is one storyline in which he does end up killing Galactus, but it causes problems with the whole Celestial becoming completely control, and he has to go back
Yep.
and not kill Galactus. And Galactus is like, why should I come after you? He just shows him killing Galactus. He's like,
Yes. Galactus is smart. He knows not to fuck with certain people. Though he still tries to eat the Earth every so fucking often, and it's kind of hilarious. I have captured this location. Nice.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, until the Celestial was gone from it, he kind of had to, otherwise it was going to blow up.
Ah yes, Tiamat.
Yeah. But that's it. That's another interesting.
That's apparently going to
audience.
get. So the thing about the Thunderbolts film is apparently the Thunderbolts film will address the fact that there is a giant celestial half emerged from the ocean.
What do you mean? It's only been mentioned in one newspaper. I mean, come on.
Fuck. I'm sorry,
I
but
know the media isn't good, but I think Andrews would report on a giant
fucking thing just emerged now.
green. Yeah. Or at least by now it would have been colonised by half a dozen English expats going, well, it's not featured, so.
It's ours. We're English. We saw new land and instincts took over.
Yeah.
These.
It's true. Someone would have claimed upon it.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently it's going to be. Apparently it's the new source of vibranium and adamantium and stuff.
It would be interesting if it ends up being. See, it'd be interesting if they depends on what they choose it to be. If they choose it to be vibranium, which is actually an alloy of vibranium, it would kind of then make more sense because that would make vibranium as rare and as limited as it always has been, if not more. And that would make this weaker subset a lot more prevalent, and it means characters like and all those adamantium covered bastards that become about in the end are very to be about because it also that if there's a thing that Wolverine has to fight Captain America, there's a reason why he can't capture Captain America's shield because it's a vibranium shield which is stronger than adamantium.
Oh yeah. But that's apparently the rumor with it. Apparently that it will be related to vibranium and adamantium, basically stuff, which would make a bit of sense. It's the idea that what they've been what Wakandans have actually been mining is actually just Tiamat for all these years, which would be a bit of an odd thing to explain to any Celestial. Though will say I feel bad for the Eternals movie because it's not even a bad film. I think it's just that it came out at in terms of when it came out in the franchises bit was just a bad point to come out, if that makes sense.
It was all, yeah, I mean, yes, they came out at a time when people had incredibly high expectations for what they were about to see. I also think the other problem it had was there was once again, it was kind of like Black Widow. There was no immediate plans to link them into the universe. I mean, we've got all this stuff about the Blade and the Dark and the Black Knight.
Yeah.
None of that ever materialized.
Well, Blade. The problem is with Blade film is postponed for some reason. It's postponed. which is kind of sad because I was excited for that because Mahershala Ali is a really good actor and.
Yeah, I mean, there was loads of issues, but nothing was ever followed up on at all. And with all the different projects we've seen, it doesn't seem like they ever planned to without these other like, their own films. And that just seemed weird to me. Like the only one that made kind of any sense was you had that video that led up to Hawkeye, but then that didn't go anywhere else. Um, and I kind of expected one to then be. Once again, I thought it would be in Secret Wars. I thought that was going to be her progression. It wasn't. Yeah, it was just weird. It was just a weird, strange set of events.
The issue is, I think it's setting up story. It's like it's something that's probably setting up something that we haven't yet been got, like an arc, a story, like a story arc that we haven't yet gotten to. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they were trying to set up a whole galactic side of the MCU as well as a terrestrial side. And it was going to all be fronted by the Guardians of the Galaxy. Once James Gunn had left, they were going to carry it all on, and that was going to be the whole galactic run. All of a sudden, all the cast from Guardians of the Galaxy were, once James Gunn's gone, we're not renewing contracts. So that shoveled all those players down. Eternals then didn't do anywhere where it should have done anything badly comparatively to a lot of other stuff. And then they started to suffer from weird confusion as well. Apparently they did change a lot last minute just to fit with the Chloe Styles cameo.
Oh, you mean Star Fox?
Yeah.
I'm glad we finally got Thanos' fucking brother. It's just like, oh yay, finally this. I wonder when the other one would show up.
No, but it kind of only matters if we're going to get Thanos again. And yes, there was rumours of him coming back, but I think that that's going to be in a live-action sort of scene in an incursion, where you're going to see a version where Thanos with the Avengers or something like that.
I have a feeling that Secret Wars and the one that's supposed to come after it, because Kang Dynasty is still coming. They're just going to have to cast someone new as Kang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is the thing. They're casting someone new as Kang, and I'm like, who are they going to cast as him? Because honestly, I understand what happened with Jonathan, with Mr. Majors, but in all honesty, it still saddens me that we lose him because of this, because he was the actor to play Kang. It was
so well.
He was doing so. It's just that it's like I think I've said this on I said this in the first or second episode when we were discussing Marvel movies. The scene from Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Like, it's not the best film. A lot of people dislike it. I love Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. But
I really liked it. The only thing I didn't like was MODOK. The rest of that film I love.
Oh, to be fair, that's the thing is that the thing a lot of people forget is that just because we've had MODOK in one movie doesn't mean they can't eventually do the normal MODOK. But a lot of people also forget MODOK is a character they've not taken seriously for years. He's become this joke character now in the comics because.
Yeah. And I love him for that. What was really annoying is that there was a project that Disney did with Stars, which is available now if you're in the UK, you can actually watch it on Disney Plus.
Are you on about the one with Patton Oswalt as MODOK?
He was actually meant to be proper MODOK in live action. That was just meant to be his sidekick. But then we were going to get an angrier, more sensible one in live action. That model is perfect. You live action that model.
Oh yeah.
Why did they do anything else?
I think it was primarily, to do a callback to the original, and then, but it's also in that, like, in that, like, thing, that film, like, yeah, MODOK's not the best, but it's that line, when Scott's in the prison. Yeah, and hey pal, you don't scare me. I'm an Avenger. Which one are you? Have I killed you before?
I killed you, yeah.
It's just the sheer nonchalant way that Jonathan Majors like betrays that line of Kang just going, "Have I killed you before?" And you're like, "Yeah, this is Kang. This is a villain that quite literally, unlike Thanos, who's like, I'm inevitable and is like, I am this grand scale. This is a person that is not afraid to get his hands dirty, and quite literally has killed the Avengers before." He's done it multiple times before. He does not give two shits you're an Avenger. You are nothing to him. And in all honesty, it's one of those bits. It's that scene. It's that little bit that goes, yeah, this is what you're setting up. You're setting up a villain that quite literally eclipses Thanos. Thanos is scary, but Thanos is scary for a different reason. This guy is a guy that has no qualms with. Like Thanos' whole thing was, I've snapped half the Avengers out of existence. Essentially, that's what he did. You know what I mean? Because when he snapped out half of all life, yeah. But we can get those guys back. Yeah, Kang's not going to do that. Kang's just going to straight up snap the guy's neck and kill him. You ain't bringing him back. I've killed him.
Go back and kill his family and watch him disappear in front of him. Oh, your family haven't been around for a decade.
Yeah.
100,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I changed this one thing in your past, and you didn't become a superhero. Bye. And then he'll just proceed to kill the person, even though they're no longer superpowered. It's like, yep, you are nothing to me. I am.
What would be interesting is something I would like. Is something they can actually do without needing Jonathan Master. Is in the same vein that it could be a what if, and it's the same. It's never really been fully explored in the comic books, as far as I know. I know there's been hints towards it and conversations towards it.
Oh yeah.
And cuts to, but well, Apocalypse and Kang were literally neighbours in Egypt, ruling two different parts of it at exactly the same time. And there were skirmishes, and there were promises of not doing anything naughty again on Kang's part, because he couldn't deal with Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But he was at that point. He was still only rather tough early on in the Kang cycle. But it'll be an interesting story to explore. Watching these three superpowers.
I can't remember who's it that Apocalypse gets most of his technology from again. I always forget who actually gives who's Apocalypse's technology from. Is it the Beyonders or the Celestials? I always forget. Because it's one of the big major, like essentially players.
Yeah, he does find something. I can't remember. I think in the animated series, maybe he finds a Shi'ar ship.
Yeah, I think it's a Shi'ar ship or something. Or no, I think he finds a Shi'ar ship when he's like still more when he's still just a normal mutant. Because he was. Yeah. Because as a lot of people always forget, Apocalypse's actual title is the first mutant, because he is the original. And
you could redo that story on in the fact that in ancient Egypt there was this great pharaoh Ra, and Apocalypse finds part of his technology as a young boy. Grows up into the leader of Apocalypse and starts taking him down.
Oh yeah, I think the scariest thing about Apocalypse, the one line that I will always say is my favourite line in any, and I mean any, Marvel show is the time where Creed gets infected after Grayson Creed in the animated series gets infected with the plague. And wants Apocalypse to cure him, and when Apocalypse reveals who he is, and Grayson just goes, "You're a mutant scum," and it's just the way Apocalypse replies of, "Mutant? I am as far beyond mutants as they are beyond you. And it's that line just going, yeah, this is why Apocalypse is absolutely one of the best bad guys. Because this dude does not give two shits about anyone. He wants everyone to... The thing is, what I always find funny is Apocalypse's entire thing isn't to wipe out everyone. It's, I want the strongest to survive and only the strong to survive.
Yeah. Once again, in Jonathan, we're going back to Woodley, the Jonathan Hickman run the books in House of X and Television. It's always that Delude his men story runs, where the mutants have now got power and it's their nation, and they're starting the legal bid to be a proper nation, and all mutants are allowed to go there. And there is a whole scene where there will be 4 mutants in particular to turn, and all the big powerhouses are there waiting.
Yeah.
And as the gate opens up, it's 4 of them big bastards.
Yeah.
The front is Apocalypse, and Logan's like, if you start anything here, we will take you down. This island will take you down. And all of a sudden, all the birds, all the creatures, everything that moves on Krakoa that isn't flooded in, that just covers Apocalypse. And he just looks at Logan, he's like, I've been a friend of this island before the word used to be even uttered. And then it cuts to this scene of when Krakoa was 2 landmasses, with 1 landmass breaking into 2 that come before one. But as the 2 landmasses break apart, one of them starts spewing these monsters out, destroying Krakoa. And all of a sudden, and the Krakoa itself describes it as its guardian and its 4 angels defends it against the monsters, and it literally kills all the monsters and pushes the entire island into a void, making it disappear. And then they leave to the other continent, which is Pangea. And in the shadow you just see it's Apocalypse. So Apocalypse is the first person to say Krakoa from villainy. And he's always welcome there, he always has been. It's just this quite cool moment in all the other mutants.
Super Earth, our home.
There's another thing about that series, sorry, they've got, no one can really properly communicate with the island. Normally their site is like random images, but there's one mutant that can communicate with anything, and he does. Except so he can actually talk literally as we are now to fully understand it, fully understands him. Yet anytime that there is a big emergency, that motherfucker is off the planet away from being able to come back. No, you don't leave the telephone on.
Well, apparently this is not being captured.
What, none of it?
Well, no, they're still being captured. I'm just meaning the game window is not being captured.
Oh, right. Oh, well, we could add an effect then.
Well, it's fine. I was just going to stream some Helldivers, but apparently Streamlabs is not picking Helldivers up. So, at the minute you've got a black screen, I apologise. You can probably hear me running around in this game, because it's time to spread some managed democracy.
Yes, very good reviews on even Angry Joe seems to like it.
Well, it is a good game. Apparently Streamlabs doesn't capture it at all. I don't know why.
They might have some sort of anti-streaming lock on it you have to get around somehow. weird DRS.
I don't think so.
People will get confused.
Aha! I fixed it.
Hey.
I just had to change the way it was capturing capturing the screen. Now just remember, if you notice a squad mate sympathise with the enemy, report them to your local democracy officer. I'm totally not doing this. Good day to die for democracy. Die, bug!
So you're as excited as the rest of the world that there might be a Taylor Swift cameo in Deadpool.
Not really.
I kind of am. And not because I'm Swift. I really, really, really want Deadpool to be a $3 billion film.
Sure.
I think it is the funniest thing in the world, and there is no
You
way
asshole!
there's no way on earth you can not get the recognition at the Oscars for making that kind of a milestone. And honestly, if he gets Swift in that film, the $3 billion film.
Oh, we got more reinforcements. Dropping down an airstrike! Unleashing democracy. See? That's how you kill bugs, Jax. Yeah, unleash democracy on them.
You do in 100 rounds per second.
Exactly. It's the only way to deal with enemies. You've got to do it with democracy.
This is why they wouldn't let you run for local government.
What?
This is why they won't let you run for local government.
Hey, I will always run for... I don't need to run for local government. I am the government.
I mean, yeah,
You're doing that.
That didn't help in voting. They wouldn't let you in the room. On ballot vote.
Oh, I'm gonna... It's fine. I've got a machine SMG. Well, an LMG. I'm fine.
It's a really small area.
What?
There's got to be a place that has a really, really small electorate.
Hey,
How odd would it
Jennifer Garner's apparently back in the Deadpool film though.
Who?
Jennifer Garner.
Yes, I've heard this thing. Yeah. I said I would love to see.
It's not a rumor. It's confirmed. She's confirmed on the cast list.
Yeah, but still, I would like to see her and Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah.
It'd be interesting if they get the two of them back together.
Old Deadpool and old Deadpool and old Electra. It's like, okay, so Jennifer Garner as Electra is back in the show. In it.
I think it'd be funny if they actually just got her in there with Jennifer.
Well, that would be hilarious. To be fair though, I have a feeling this film's going to go through a lot of the old Marvel movies that are pre-MCU as a joke to just go, we're going to make fun of this because it's, you know, what they did with the end of the last one.
Well, what's interesting is someone pointed out that what you're probably going to see is the fucking universe being this new center. Whether it's an version or it's something to do with TVA when they blew up all those timelines.
Yeah.
And what you're going to see is like he's been asked to do something that can save him. He's now going to be bouncing around through all these realities, so like Electra and stuff like that. And he's going to be trying to prevent a particular event from happening. And none of them are going to work, except for in one weird case. Because so they said one thing that they said quite early on: the death scene from Logan isn't going to get changed. They're not going to touch it.
Yeah, it's canon. Has to happen.
It'd be interesting if there's one, he gets there, all of a sudden, and you've said in the trailer he's actually happy. the scene where Logan dies.
He's also, from one scene, looks like the Forest from, Age of Ultron.
Well, no, that's the thing. So everyone thought it was the Forest from Age of Ultron, but if you look, the truck that's turned over is the one that the X-23 turned over. So that's actually
Bug!
Is the scene where Logan dies. So if he gets there and you can't change that event, then all the same changes in the fight. He can go back into a Logan. Because this event can't be changed, so he can be shut earlier. So I think that's what. So he's going to shake on those lines. He's going to be picking up from Fox Universe, and you're going to see him kind of like he did in Crisis on Infinite Earths in the Arrowverse, where they went through different TV shows and films that we'd seen in years, and you watch them get wiped out.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't even know why. I don't think any of this is. A lot of people saying that this is him, and that Disney's going to let Ryan Reynolds, or this movie's going to be one that shows us who our X-Men are and who this is. I don't think that at all. I think this is them clearing up the Fox timeline, so have a streamlined Fox timeline, then kill it off completely. With the only person actually running over being Deadpool. I don't think they're going to want to just throw this back to this table. I don't think they're going to want any of the older X-Men, and that includes the older X-Men, back in their role. They're going to want people to play these characters for at least 10 years.
Have a grenade, you bug. Come on, you apes, you want to live forever? Crap, reloading. This does feel like Starship Troopers a lot. I think that's probably why people enjoy it, because it's like a Starship Troopers game that's like, a shooter that's actually good. But in regards to the Deadpool and X-Men and the Deadpool film, I am mostly excited just to see Ryan Reynolds be Ryan Reynolds even more, because let's be fucking honest, he's the perfect actor to play Deadpool, because he just essentially acts like him half the time in his interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, okay, Ryan.
He's very good at self-advertising. Everything he does.
Oh yeah. I mean, the teaser for, remember when they announced it, when they actually announced that we were getting a third film, the teaser was hilarious. Of just after trying to write a script for Deadpool 3, I just run out of ideas. Oh hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one last time? Yeah, sure, whatever. Just fuck off.
But even other stuff. I mean, so
like he's Jid.
In the trailer, there is. I'm not a football person, so there's a whole section of soccer. If you're in America, there's a whole section. I don't know how. In one of the clips of the trailer, he opens up his locker and there's a sticker for one of the big rivals to Wrexham, which is a team he owns.
Yep.
And it's kind of a nod to them because they are their big rivals, the team he owns. But it's once again, it's all circular. Look at this, people who say that from the opposite team. But if you know anything about football in the UK, they're very tribal. People would not go to see that film because it's the owner of their rival football team. But no, that there is a little nod. Hey, check this out. You're liked as well, you're in it. It's quite funny. I mean, chances are later on in the action film he's going to put a Wrexham sticker over the top of it, but we'll see how it plays out.
Probably does it in that scene, let's be honest. Let's be absolutely honest, he'll probably do it in that scene, just put the Wrexham sticker over it.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. It'd be interesting to see it happen. But no, I think everything's funny about him. for instance, his gym line, aviation gym.
Oh yeah.
One guy thought it was quite. The only reason I know about it is because Ryan Reynolds actually used this as part of his advertising campaign because it was funny. Someone sent him a picture and a message on Twitter with
Excuse me.
his gin being mixed with Mountain Dew. He was like, "I'm really sorry, I didn't have any tonic. This is all I had left, but I'm calling this a Green Lantern." To which Ryan Reynolds went, "Oh dear God." And yeah, that ended up being part of the advertising that he put on the tube stations and stuff like that. So it was quite funny.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean.
It's very good. Very good. So yeah, and he's always wanted to be Deadpool. I mean, I remember during the Blade 3 came out, Infinity, uh, and I remember rumours of him being Deadpool back then. Um, so, you know, he's always destined to be. And weirdly enough, the other day, this girl was at Ryan Reynolds, I did first I saw him in a film. I went out with a friend at work to go see a movie because I was a big Terminator Bob fan, and they wanted to show me these two guys that were apparently going to be in the next Terminator song, and I can't remember who these characters were. They did a couple of films together, but they were just early 2000s stoner characters. They weren't funny. But the movie was called Waiting, and it had Ryan Reynolds in it, and I remember him being very good. But for ages I forgot that it was him that's in it. Until the other day, he was talking to someone like, "Oh yeah, Waiting, oh yeah." Yeah, he's always been very
I may have just killed my teammate.
good. Good.
I dropped a mortar to her down, and it fired at a bunch of enemies and blew up my teammates in the process. I'm sorry, guys.
There's a VR game on that's fun.
Yeah.
In the Northwest. And pin killing is on in life, but I'm a really good archer. I don't like using swords because all you're doing, in that, no finesse, you're just swinging your arms around until you hopefully hit the things with ups.
Yeah.
But with the bow or the crossbow, I'm pretty banging. But if I'm doing my job, I should be miles away from the battlefield, picking up enemies one by one, and everyone should be avoiding what I'm doing. I often get is someone jumping up just as I'm about to hit someone, and then going to kill him.
It's alright, there's tiny little bugs next to me.
It was quite funny though, the other couple of weekends ago, they played
Boom, baby.
but they wanted to play Uno and get Uno out. So I know I can get Uno. And well, my youngest was absolutely loved it. She thought it was fun.
Oh shit, Brew
My
Commander.
youngest, on the other hand, was mortified that I had to play with my avatar at the beginning, which for every single person. I don't actually have it. No, I don't have it. It's just I'm not allowed to change it. I was down and says, calm down. Play your card. Please make my own up. Actually, because I don't know how to do it, I can let you know.
Grab, running. This is just where the brood nest was. Mine's just an EMS strike. It don't do much to be honest.
Another thing I've been finding, especially I've been not talking about this is more life.
Yeah.
Americans, whenever you watch it, I've seen how a lot of the retail ones, and on the average, and the prices of things, and yes, in many cases, very expensive. But there's so many young people saying they can't afford houses. I've been looking recently in that area of the planning
Yeah. I mean,
How much would you say a house, a 4-bedroom house that has running water and electricity already set up, but you, in this case, you would need to put in a toilet and a sink because there's nothing like that in there, and you have to put your own furnishings. 4-bedroom, two bathroom, with a massive garden, like twice the size you'd expect in England. 3 floors. How much do you say?
probably like 100,000 or some shit.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Well, in this case, the one I was actually looking at was $50,000. I mean, because it needs seats and stuff. But like, you go down to a hardware store, you pick that up, you can install that in the weekend. So,
I'm gonna run away while I blow that up.
crazy. I don't understand how the area not buying that. We was looking at one place.
Yeah.
The monthly mortgage fee was going to be, and this is in dollars, so much cheaper than we are here as well. $570. I should not for a 6-bedroom.
That is pretty damn cheap compared to the UK. But also taking into account, I think the average, like, isn't their wage over there like lower than ours technically?
On certain jobs, yes, but no, the average wage is around about the same. Their prices have gone up comparatively largely in the last few years, but then again, they had a hold for many years. Like they had been in a sweet spot, things like gas, their petrol. They hadn't had to put, unlike the rest of the world, they hadn't had to put the prices up really majorly over 2 decades.
Are you sure? Because that's all I ever hear Americans complain about is the price of petrol.
Well, because what's happened is whereas, so over the years, our petrol prices have gone up. Like when I first started driving, to now it's gone up by about £5 a litre.
Oh yeah.
But over there, because of all their backstock and all different reasons, theirs were only going up by a few cents a gallon. And then all of a sudden, they had to. Basically, they were made to go to the same prices of the rest of the world, and they went up a shit ton of dollars a gallon. And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They're still cheaper than us. And not cheaper than us. To them, it's extortionate. I mean, stupid things I know this might affect most people, but I'm actually planning on being a smoker when I move up there.
Oh yeah.
The price, it is uncomfortable of the price to my cigarettes out there. So, I do not want to be smoking. I don't smoke much, but smoking lots.
I am just terrible today. No, I just killed my entire team. Okay, I didn't kill that dude. He killed himself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually. I'll get off of work, so I've got
Well, I think I'm going to have to end the stream in a moment after this mission. When this mission ends, the stream will end. I hope you've enjoyed our random nerdy chat about stuff, and unfortunately, my coughing about everything. But yeah, and Jax's talk about his movement, his moving.
Yes, well, we'll leave it there.
But yeah. But well, it's not ended just yet. Still, we ain't ended yet. But the only thing I will say, close out, is that this game is very good. But I think it's because of the gameplay loop that makes it good, not because it's. Because honestly, gameplay-wise, it's kind of the same as most other games. If you know what I mean. Like, of the same genre, like, you know, third-person shooters. It's not exactly like anything to write home about, technically. It's just the game is just very good because its core gameplay loop is smooth. You know what I mean, Jax?
Yes, well, like I said, I've heard very good things about it from people who've heard on the same things.
Oh yeah, it's really good because it's smooth and it's fun, and I think it's because everything in the game flows. Like, that's the thing; it all flows. There's no like slow down or anything like that. It's just like it flows straight through. Now, to all my lovely friends and people that, if anyone is actually watching the stream, I will say one thing to you all. Yeah, we switched over midway from Terminator Dark Fate to this because it's time to spread managed democracy. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. Well, one of the armors in this game that I want to unlock is called the Hero of the Federation. I want that armor, and I will play this game while listening to A Good Day to Die from Starship Troopers 3. Because that is the perfect combo for this game. Outstanding patriotism.
What can I say more than that?
Exactly. It's democracy in action. But I bid all the wonderful people watching at home goodbye. Do you have anything to say before we go, Jax?
Don't eat yellow snow, don't win to the wind, and brainwash you rocks.
Alright. Goodbye, everyone.